My name's Charneh. I'm a support worker and a performance maker, and I'm dyslexic. So I'm a support worker, and I also, on the side, make performance, freelancing. Yeah. So the day-to-dayness of my jobs, in my support worker role, I support women who are homeless and young people that are homeless or care leavers. So the job is really to support them in independent living and finding their own tenancy. So that can be supporting them to appointments, linking them into different services. Also the day-to-day is to do health and safety checks, wellbeing checks, and doing group works and engaging them in positive outlets and things like that. And then my role as a performance maker, that's all about writing applications and facilitation roles and stuff like that, and doing all kinds of different performances, street theatre, going to festivals, studio pieces, it varies a lot. How did I get into performance facilitation? I think that's what I found was my outlet at school. And I guess I kind of pursued it. I went to college and just gave it a go. And then I took a year out because I wasn't sure about university or if it was gonna be suited to me. And then I was like, oh no, I'll actually give it a go. So I think it was just something that I found that I could express myself in properly, yeah. Dyslexia has been a part of my career journey. I think there's been a lot of compromise in that journey, and finding, in different job roles, finding how I work and my different abilities and stuff like that. It's also got me to my roles that I am today. So support, I think being able to communicate. I think also understanding that I am capable has been a big part of that journey, being dyslexic, I think, yeah. So the challenges dyslexia gives me at work is there's a lot of paper trails for everything in support work. There has to be a copy for everything. So the practical things of writing those documents and filling out forms and making referrals. And I think also that challenge becomes a barrier because there's always been that barrier with writing. So there's anxiety there as well. I think also in work, when you can get on with things, I think colleagues sometimes forget that you're dyslexic. So they might think that you should have completed a task a lot quicker than they was expecting. So sometimes the task can take a little bit longer. But that's okay. That's the way it is. My favourite thing about work and all the sort of things that I do is just working with people. I like getting to know people and trying to be a positive influence in their lives and learning from the people that I work with as well, and giving people a purpose and realising that they're able to achieve things, and it doesn't matter what their background as to why they're in the situation now. Yeah. The least favourite thing I would say is the unsociable working hours. I think, unfortunately, it comes with the job, but I'm someone that likes to do multiple things at once, and that doesn't always work out. So I think that would be the only thing. Yeah. Thank you. I think being able to perform with my friends and having that sort of network to be able to be creative with a group of friends and going to festivals and being able to meet lots of different people through performance. One project this was at university. I've been working with males in prison. That was a big highlight. That was a really amazing experience about the impact that performance and just being creative can the impact of that on people, and the importance actually, and how and the value of that for everybody. I think that was, it was a really surreal but amazing experience, and definitely influenced me, I think, more to pursue going into support work, because I had thought about it for a while. I had a personal relationship, but the minute I had that interaction, that residency for the week, I was like, oh, okay, there's something here. Yeah. When did I find out I was dyslexic? It was when I was at college, so I must have been 16 when I had my test. But But I've always known that I was dyslexic, yeah. It was obvious. I think it was quite obvious. I think if I was going to give a piece to my younger self, it would be not to be defeated so easily. Growing up in through education, and that actually all the things that I wanted to achieve when I was younger and the things that I've definitely achieved as a young adult, I could have done those things, and I should have just given myself the chance. The course I studied in Glasgow was at the Royal Conservatoire Scotland, and I studied BA Honours Contemporary Performance Practice. In short, that basically means to make theatre and performance from scratch and learning the tools and devices to develop your own practice. So on the course, we did things from autobiographical performance to collaborative work to facilitation work with multiple groups of people. So that was in schools, we did a residency, in prisons, and I also took a choice module to work in a hospice with the elderly. And then, yep, it's all about making your own work and all of that stuff. There's loads to it. How was dyslexia featuring that? I think being able to work practically, which was really good. There was a lot of theory that I didn't realise at the time, but that was okay because you had the practical. You was on your feet all the time, so actually that helped with all the theory and stuff like that. I think, I think that's how you think as a dyslexic person, is by, well, for me anyway, by doing. And when you're being creative, I think you think in image, you think in texture, you think in other ways. That isn't just, or even with the writing actually, it was creative writing, so that you can take that as how it is. There was more free and it wasn't a structure in terms of that way of, trying to think. So I guess, trying to put it into words, being dyslexic in the course that I studied, everything that I was thinking I could like physically do, it wasn't having to be on paper. I don't know if that makes sense. So the message I would like to give dyslexic young people is to just be persistent. Don't give up, and start thinking about how you learn and make adjustments for yourself, and don't be afraid to make those adjustments, because actually that's the benefit for you, and you will be able to, make those adaptations for yourself. It's really important. Don't just live in a world and think that you need to work how everybody else works, and if or start exploring those things and see what works for you, I think. If you're needing a test or you need more assistance, just be persistent and just keep going. I think that would be my advice. I think there's a lot of dyslexia awareness, but not enough in place for how to support people with dyslexia, or even anyone with learning difficulties. I think we're getting there a little bit slowly, but I think there's still lots to do.